Toys and Game, Comic Book Collector, and Festival. Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic books sold on eBay, April 27th to May 3rd. Coming number 10, we have X-Men issue 1, origin first appearance of the X-Men team. This book came out during the Silver Age time, 1963, graded CGC 2.5. Asking price was $5,500, and that's what it's sold for. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 2.5 right here. This book sold as high as $13,560. So that's a drop of $10,160. This was back in July of 2021. Let's swing one over here to the blue label right here. And this one sold for $12,600 back in April 2021. And then do one more. That one sold for $11,400 back in August 2021. Come number 9, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. This one came in 1963. CG 6.5. This is a restore copy there, off white pages. And the sold price was $5,622 with 67 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 6.5 restore right here. And this book sold as high as $9,600. So that's a drop of $3,978. This is back in May 2022. Let's check out a couple more. We have another 6.5 right here. And this one sold for $8,400 back in November 2022. And let's check one more. And we have another one sold for $8,400 back in August 2022. Come number 8, Invisible issue 1, CC 9.8, first print. First appearance of Invisible. This book came out in 2003. I heard the show is doing really well. I have not watched one episode of this yet, though. But anyway, this one sold for $5,850 with 41 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 9.8 right here. And this book sold was high as $4,080. So that's an increase of $1,770. This is back in August 2021. And then we have another one right here. Sold for $3,840 back in September 2023. And then let's do one more. We have one sold for $3,600 back in February 2023. Coming number 7, Marvel Spotlight issue 5, CZ 9.0, signature series, signed by Stan Lee. First appearance of Ghost Rider. And the seller was trying to get you to buy this book. Put down this comic only goes up in value. Great investment book. So final auction price was $6,000 with 65 bits. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have 9.0 right here. And unfortunately, only just one that was sold within 1 year. And this was one that was just sold on eBay. But let's go ahead. So the last one that was sold was $3,600. So that's an increase of $2,400. And this is back in August 2019. And then the year before that was $1,840 back in June of 2018. And then before that was $995 back in September of 2015. Coming number 6, we have Incredible Hulk issue 181. This book came in 1974. First full appearance of Wolverine, CZ 9.0. The asking price was $7,250, but it's actually sold for $6,887.50. So let's go over to GPA. Over GPA, let's go up right here. 9.0 right here. Let's go across the most recent sold price. This is not the one on eBay. 9-day average, 12-month average, 2024 average, and then 2023 average. So let's go down here. And this book sold as high $15,158. So that's a drop of $8,270. And then in 2025, 10 was reported. And the high was $7,000 and low was $6,210. And this was the one that was just sold on eBay right here. April 29th. And let's go down here. And the one that was sold for $15,158 was back in 2021. Comic number 5, Tale to Astonish, issue 27, CGC 6.0, off-white pages. First appearance of Ant-Man. This one came out in 1962. The sold price was $6,999. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have 6.0 right here. And this book sold as high as $8,750. So that's a drop of $1,751. And if you, it seems like this is the highest in 1 year though, $6,999, and low is $4,920. So that's just a good thing. So let's see, we can find this book. So the one that sold for $8,750 was back in September 2021 there. Comic number 4, we have Fantastical issue 1, CG 1.8, and this one came in 1961. After price was $8,500, but that just sold for $7,250. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 1.8 right here, and this book sold as high as $18,600. So that's a drop of $11,350. This is back in May 2022, and then we have that one sold for $14,400 back in June of 2022, and then we have another one sold for $13,200 back in August 2021. Comic number 3, Journey into Mystery issue 83, origin first appearance of 4. This one came out in 1962, rated CGC as a 5.5. Asking price was $10,000, but it's actually sold for $9,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here, and this book sold as high as $23,580. So that's a drop of $14,080. This is back in October 2021. The swing one over, we have one sold for $16,800 back in October 2022, and then we have one sold for $13,209.60 back in May 2024. Comic number 2, Showcase issue 4. This week is CZ 5.0. The book came out in 1956. Origin first appearance of Flash. The asking price was $14,895, but it's actually sold for $12,750. So let's go over to Heritage. Heritage, we have a 5.0, but this is a blue label. I mean, if it was a blue label, it would sell for $31,200. That's the highest sold for. And then we have a 5.0. So for $30,000 blue label back in September 2023. And then we do have another one right here, November 2024, $27,600. The only one purple label I found was this one right here, and this one sold for $1,121.25 back in August of 2003, which is like almost 22 years ago. Comic number 1 for this week, Giant Size X-Men issue 1, CZ 9.8. Super Key got a lot of character first appearance. Asking price was $40,000, but it actually was sold for $38,500, and you also have to pay $100 for delivery, and also probably have to pay taxes too. So let's go. Well, instead of me going to these sold prices, let's go over. Let's see here. So you do want to get a copy of this. There is one on Comic Link. I'm not really pay. I'm not being paid to advertise this book on Comic Link though. So and there is it starts on May 16. The $1 starting price, no reserve auction. So you can get a copy of this. And if you don't want a 9.8, they do have 9.6 available. And that's also starts on May 16. 9.6 still not in your budget. They do have a 9.4. That's May 16 also. And then if it's Now in your budget, they do have a 9.2 right here that you can get on the comic link. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week then. Bye.